Let's deep dive into it, y'all. Give y'all an update, and let's get to it.
Bounty hunter who has captured escapee Antoine Massey before says it's only a matter of time before Massey and Derek Groves are caught again.
As Rob Besson
Derek Groves. Is that the name of him? Is that the name of the other guy? Derek Groves?
reports, with the reward money now increased, dozens of bounty hunters may be looking to cash in.
I've dealt with Massey. I've personally arrested Massey.
Bail bondsman and electronic monitor specialist Matt Dennis has apprehended dozens of escaped
Groves.
prisoners and knows firsthand what escaped
Derek
Orleans
Groves.
Parish
Gotcha.
inmate Antoine Massey is capable of.
When we dealt with Massey, I warned my team, be careful, he's playing stupid. You could tell that he wasn't stupid. You knew that he was looking for opportunities. So I actually made them use the full gear, the handcuffs, the shackles, and everything after he escaped us.
Dennis recaptured Massey in November of 2023, 2 hours after he cut off an electronic monitor.
When I saw his face on television after he escaped, I went, you got to be kidding me.
Now Massey, who's wanted for rape and kidnapping in St. Tammany, as well as domestic abuse and theft in Orleans Parish, along with Derek Groves, who's been linked to 4 killings, remain on the loose, and Dennis isn't surprised.
How come nobody is talking about Derek and everybody is talking about Antoine? How come nobody is talking about Derek Groves and everybody is talking about Antoine?
Massey's going to be high up on the food chain when it came to planning this. He didn't follow people out this hole. This is somebody who worked this and made this happen.
This is video just posted on an Instagram account by Massey, which a law enforcement source says they are now looking into. He's proclaiming his innocence. This video notwithstanding, last week authorities raised a reward of $50,000 for Massey's rearrest, and some bounty hunters may be encouraged.
The last I know, there was 900 licensed bail agents in Louisiana.
Matt Dennis says Derek Groves and Antoine Massey are still out because clearly they had a better escape plan with resources.
Whatever they're hiding with, it's got to be funded. When that funding runs out, they're not going to be hiding anymore.
Dennis says one thing more than any other often forces people on the run to resurface.
Believe it or not, in our world, looking for people, when the number one thing that drives a guy back out of hiding is he needs a shower.
And Dennis and others say it's only a matter of time.
They're going to get tired and frustrated as they try to move around Louisiana or move around the metropolitan area. They know the walls are closing in.
Any thoughts on where they might be?
Not far.
I don't agree with that. When he says that they're going to get tired and frustrated, and that's the reason why I wanted to preface this and play this before I actually played one of their relatives that appeared on News Nation. When he says they're going to get tired and frustrated, I'm not so sure about that. I don't think that you can get any more tired and frustrated than being locked up in a cage in jail. They already got caught? They got him already? All right, let me see something. I wasn't familiar with that. Where y'all see that at? I don't see it. Where is it at? I don't see it at all. Send it to me. Oh, it's live on X right now. All right, let me see something. I don't see it. I think y'all capping. I don't see it. Where? Where? I'm on X. I'm looking at it on X right now. I don't see anything about that. No, they haven't got caught, bro. Do you know that that would be all over the news? It would be all over every single platform right now. Mm-mm. Nope. 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 I don't know where y'all be getting y'all news from. I don't know where y'all be getting y'all news from, but that's not true. That is not true. Who told y'all that they got caught? They not caught. Both of them is still out and about and free. And like I said, like I was saying before, I don't believe it is how rumors get started. That's a lie. That's a lie. I researched it before I even went live today. Like I said, I don't believe that you can get more tired than being in a jail cell and locked up every day, all day. All right. So you says Matthew Young says, yeah, you do get tired because, like they said, you have to depend on other people, and the people who caping for a rapist, unalive you. No. You got to depend on other people inside of the prison, inside of the jail. So you're telling me that you would be more tired as an escapee than you are as a person that is locked up 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? How? Mm-mm. I don't believe that. I don't believe that people would get tired. I don't believe you get tired like that. Here's the aunt talking about it with Chris Cuomo.
Have you been forthcoming with authorities about what you know about where your nephew is or who might be helping him?
Yes, I had some officers actually meet me today here at my home, asking me a few questions because they seen some of my videos that I had recently put out, especially the last one where I told Antoine, myself that I saw the video and for him to turn himself in. So I guess the authorities here in Atlanta picked up on that video and wanted to come here and ask me a few questions. And I was very cooperative with them. Yes.
Why? Okay, so here's my question. Why would she even be on social media talking about it at all? If she's the aunt of Antoine Massey, why is she even having this conversation at all, and why is she putting it out on social media? Let me tell you what I think, man. I think that these people be clout chasing. I think that they be clout chasing. What you mean? Yeah, man. And I put it out on social media that I talked to him. Okay, so what does that actually do for you? And how does that benefit him or you at all? Now, all of these people just want clout. Be careful of clout chasers. Be careful of clout chasers. Clout chasing. People that do stuff not to add value, not to add entertainment value into it or anything, but just so they can be relevant as a part of the conversation, just so they can get famous. Be careful of them type of people. Those are some of the most toxic people in your circle. Get rid of the clout chasers that's in your circle, man. What was the point of her doing this? What's the point of her being on there doing this other than to get some visibility for herself? Then they all gonna say stuff like, no, I wasn't trying to do that. I was just putting the information out to the people. Man, get the hell out of here, bro. I don't want no clout chasing in my circle. No clout chasers in my circle. Let me promote you, not the other way around.
So my understanding is that you have a son who's in that same jail. What does he make of how this was pulled off and his cousin's suggestion that he was let out, that he didn't escape?
Well, as far as my son and Antoine was on two different separate tiers, and I thank God they didn't run into each other. But for stories that I get from my son pertaining to this is very low key in there with the information as of now, because now they are having the right authorities walking and monitoring the prison as they should have before. But what he does touch in on is how they don't have the proper water to bathe with, how they eat every other day pretty much, and he's always on me to make sure that I have enough money in his commissary so that he have enough food for when they ever decide to feed them again. And also about how things just go up in there that shouldn't be going. You know what I'm saying? Like for us hot water, you can't flush the toilet. It smells very vulgar in there, so they have to leave the doors open because the humidity and the smell is just unbearing. Yeah.
Cap, they feed him every day. They just don't feed him what he want. Hey ma, it's bad out here. Can you make sure that my commissary, can you put some more money on my, they just want some oodles and noodles. They want that good stuff. They want to get some Snickers. You know what I'm saying? They want to get some strawberry shortcake, some ice cream. They want all of that stuff. They feeding them. Listen, the conditions of a jail or a prison is not supposed to be ideal for you. It's not supposed to make you comfortable. That ain't what I seen on TikTok. That ain't what I seen on TikTok. What I seen on TikTok, they was doing triathlons. They was cooking up meals on the bed, turning a steel bed frame into a cooktop stove. They was having a good time. They was had drugs. They had cell phones. They was going live. They was doing all of the fun things that they wanted to do. I don't know what she talking about. That ain't what I'm seeing. That ain't what I'm seeing. Now they'd only feed us every other day. Use a lie. Use a lie. And the truth ain't, I ain't believing this woman, bro.
Yes.
Tell us about your nephew. What should we make of his suggestion that he didn't do any of these things that he's accused of? Now, one interesting fact, you know this already, but for the audience. So his ex who accused him of the things that have him in jail or had him in jail is also supposedly involved in helping him right now. So it's very confusing. She's the one who accused him of doing these things that got him put in jail. He says he didn't do it. And our understanding is that now she may have aided him in his escape. What should we know about this?
Don't incriminate yourself.
Well, let me just say this about the young lady. And, I would not want to mention her name for the sake of her own privacy and whatever you guys know, y'all know. But far as Antoine and his ex-prior girlfriend, she's a very toxic woman herself. She was much younger than Antoine. Okay. Yes, I can say for myself that Antoine did take advantage of a situation because she was much older, but she was of age. Okay. But the young lady herself, she does have mental illnesses herself. And I do pray.
That's what y'all get for dealing with these little young amps. That's what y'all get for dealing with these young amps. That's what happens when you deal with a young chick. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's what happens when you deal with these young chicks. She was very young, baby. But she was of age. What does that mean? Is it 16, 17, 18? Is it the legal age? Because now I'm starting to feel some type of way about this situation. The more that they talk, the more I started to get a little bit more skeptical. She was a little young, but she was of age, baby, and she got mental health issues herself.
She get the help that she needs. But when two toxic people come together, that's a disaster within itself. Okay. Now, far as him and her getting into altercations, yes, that is true. But the far-fetchedness of these altercations, yes, it is a lie. Far as him raping her and beating her with a pot, pulling her hair out and stuff till she bleed. No, all those things are false allegations because this is what the young lady does. They get into it, they fight, she sent him to jail, she binds him out.
That's what y'all get from that. That's what it sounds like to me. West End says, I've been locked up 12 years, bro. I definitely went a few days without being fed in the Virginia prison system. That's because you was protesting. I'm not going to eat if y'all don't change the prison conditions. It was like, all right, then starve then, little nigga. Starve then, little nigga. Starve then. Do you believe that you deserve to get food every day? Do you believe that you were supposed to get food every day? I believe that's what happened. I believe that's exactly what happened. I believe that what is going on is you have a domestic violence incident. Domestic violence incidents are going to become the new Me Too movement. It's going to become the new Me Too movement. It's going to be people that are in a toxic relationship with each other, and they're going to get into it. And I don't know how many times y'all done seen this. They get into it. They start arguing too much. He say, "Fuck this union." She tears his PlayStation up. Then he go to jail, and then they go right back to the person that they was talking to. This is one of the symptoms and the problems of what I say, that you shouldn't have to protect black women anymore. I'm never wrong. How can I be wrong on my own show? The only thing I was wrong about was calling his tattoo a tramp stamp. I'm never wrong on my own show. You wouldn't be wrong on your own show either. You wouldn't be wrong on your own show either. This is why you don't get involved with people that are having a domestic dispute. Because you'll step in as the captain and save them. You'll come in, "Get your hands off of that woman. She's a strong black woman and she's a single mother." And then the dude with the chest, "Hey, little homie, hey, little wardy. Hey, this ain't your business. Stay out of your business, little wardy." No, you don't put your hands on her. You don't touch her. You don't even grab her up to prevent her from hitting you again. It's her prerogative and it's her body, her choice. And then they're going to beat you up. They're going to crack your head open, and then she's going to go and bail him out and be right back with him. They gonna crack your head, and she gonna be right back with him. Right back with him. You gonna go in there, boy? She bailed him out right after she sent him to jail. This was nothing but a toxic relationship. Say, playboy. This was nothing but a toxic relationship. That's all it was. They beat on each other. They get mad at each other. They got tired of seeing him in the system, and that was it for him.
He get out, they fight, she sent him to jail, they bind him, she binds him out. And now, go figure, allegedly, she done helped him in his escape. So you put two and two together. Yes.
Are you worried about how this ends for your nephew? Because, you know, he was in there for one set of crimes, but now being a fugitive is something else. And when the authorities come upon him, you know how quickly things can escalate. What is your concern?
Well, our concern is, of course, for his safety, for him to turn himself in, and we can do this the proper way. We're not giving Antoine any type of excuses for whatever it is that he done himself and to himself to land him in here. But as of now, we just want to soften the hearts of the authorities so that he have a safe return back to prison so we can conduct this the right way. I have some very powerful people that is standing up for Antoine, some big people that, you know, have wonderful community leadership and things like that, and also have dealt with some big names in the courtrooms. But we just want Antoine to trust us as his family, to know that we love him and have his best interest at heart so we can get him home safe. That's all.
Fam, don't you know they gonna throw that boy up under the jail? We gonna forget about the minute that they finish capturing these guys. 2 weeks later, we gonna forget about this story. You can't even get your own nephew out or your own son out. You can't even get your own son out. We don't believe you. And I agree with you. Look Out Boy TV says they still ain't caught this dude. This is becoming embarrassing, and that's the biggest thing that they're worried about. I don't think that they is concerned about the inmates themselves, or if they feel like those inmates are going to be a threat to society. They don't want to continue to be embarrassed. You know how long it's been since these dudes been free?